Just take a look at this beautiful container. A customer of mine brought it in that they wanted a terrarium built of permanent botanicals. And this vase has got a little bit of a beveled glass, so it's a little distorted but yet magnified. You lift off the top, and I didn't want to glue into their containers, so I got a liner, a little plastic liner that can just set right inside. And I'm going to make the arrangement in that. So to start, I get some Sahara Foam, which is a dried foam for permanent botanicals, and I use a product called tack. And it instantly will adhere to a plastic container within like 30 seconds of spraying it. So I just cut off a piece of foam and cut it to a size that would fit nicely into that little plastic liner. And you just shake the can of tack, get the glue all shaken up, and spray it on one side. It says it's best to wait, about 30 seconds or so and let it adhere, or just press it down, and it takes about 30 seconds once it hits its surface. Once it's done, it should just lift up. There you go. So now it's safely attached to the liner, and it fits right back into the terrarium. So I'm going to leave it in there, but I don't want to see the white dish or the foam. So to get started, I'm going to just take this. It's basically an orchid bark that you put when you plant up real orchid plants. But I wanted a natural material to make it look like it's growing. And so I just poured it in. And you can move the bark around to leave room for the foam to be exposed so that you can stick your stems in once you're ready to start designing. But the important thing is to make sure you don't see any of your mechanics. You don't want to see the dish. You don't want to see the foam. So clear off the top and leave room for your stems to go in. So I like to use Windward Silks. They're a permanent botanical that is called Real Touch Flowers or Natural Touch. And this is a white Phalaenopsis orchid that I cut down to the length that I think would, fit inside there, and just stick it right in the foam. And this is a Ornamental Kale. Again, just take a pair of wire cutters, cut it. I keep turning it so that I can see where you need to fill in some space. And just push it right into the foam. Here's a little close-up look. And looking down in. This is a succulent plant. I think it would be add a nice color and texture to the terrarium. Again, I keep turning to see where, the best placement would be. And then I cut it shorter so that it can go right, into the foam and down to the base to look like it's actually growing. So you just keep turning and figure out the best angle and location for it. Set it right in and stick it into the foam. I mean, this is really easy. It doesn't take long at all to do once you get everything set up and all your materials together. Kind of have a plan of what you're looking for. You want to keep plants away from and flowers away from touching the glass. And keep filling in any empty spots, creating a nice texture and interest within your terrarium. Now this customer, his color scheme was more, oh, this is fun. This is a nice succulent plant as well. It's really kind of rubbery and feels real, looks real, has a little bounce to it, and I love how the color tones in this plant really emulate the real succulent. So I'm just moving some of the plants that I already put in there aside so I can put that up right in the middle of the arrangement. Just gonna move things around. They're all pretty much wired or flexible enough to stay wherever you put them. He wanted a little bit of like maroon, not really red, but maroon color in there as well. And this is a yarrow, which is actually a real plant that's been dried and dyed. And that just really adds a nice natural element to the whole design. Here's a little bit of a close-up look for you. But as I said, the glass is a little beveled, so it magnifies everything a little bit. And this is also the same color, but this is called Cox Comb. And it's been dried as well. And it's natural color. It almost looks like a little brain of some sort, but it's really soft. It's fuzzy. And it's got a really beautiful texture to it. So here I'm just kind of spreading out the succulent and separating the orchid and putting it down in the middle. That's looking down inside of it. You can really see the texture there. So in the end, it's all finished. I can just put the top back on. I just really love this terrarium. It's so beautiful. And there you go. Can't really tell whether it's real or not. And will stay like that forever. Hope you enjoyed this.